guys, it's your girl Tarie Jai, also known as T from Secret Society Part 2. Make sure you guys watch us, check us out on Amazon Prime as well as now we're on Tubi. Help us to trend and get to #1 on Amazon Prime and on Tubi. You guys will not be disappointed. Secret Society Part 2.
It's Kendall, the Gulf Coast baller, the Panhandle Pro from Pensacola, Florida, and we are back with yet another smoke screen exclusive. This is the hottest movie franchise going for the past couple of years. Most talked about on Instagram, Facebook, all the group chats. I didn't put so many people on it. We just gonna get right into it. The movie I am speaking of is Secret Society. There's one, there's two, and there is a part three coming out. Now you see who I got with me. If you've seen the movie, you know what time it is. And if you
Period.
haven't seen the movie, I ain't gonna spoil it too much for you, but it is the one and the only Tarie Jai. What's going on?
Hey y'all, I'm so glad to be here. Gotta be showing love to my favorite, the smoke screen. It's only
I,
right.
I sure appreciate it. Yeah, we've been supporting the movie from day one, and it's just my right. I got to talk to all y'all. We're gonna get this thing all. I mean, it's going to the top, and we just want to do what we can to you know put that little extra
Please put it
push
up there.
behind
We
it.
love you for that because our movie would not be successful without our fans, without the viewers definitely supporting us and understanding that it's a movement. Secret Society is not a game to be played with.
All right, well let's start from the beginning for the people that don't know. Tell me how you got started in acting, where you're from, all that good stuff.
So, guys, again, my name is Tarie J. I'm from DC originally, but I was raised in Norfolk, Virginia. Oh my God, if y'all know anything about Norfolk, we definitely was fight in, fight out. It bred the toughest. We had some greats, though. We had Missy Elliott, we had Pharrell, Chris Brown's from Virginia. We also can't forget Michael Vick, the GOAT. We had a lot of good people coming out of Virginia. So, we just had to work hard just to be noticed. It wasn't good enough to be just good enough. We had to be great. So, I'm glad the world's starting to see us more for, talent.
Oh yeah, man. One time for VA. It's definitely
VA, we
going
on the
on.
map.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. VA been putting in work for a very long time.
We
So
work hard.
so how did you just start with this acting thing? How did you know that you were meant to be on the tizzle?
So I knew I was always meant to be on TV, but I didn't know what capacity because I just always loved like the spotlight. Some people they say you're born with it. Some people are taught it. I feel like I was one of those ones that was born with it. I always loved performing in front of like my family. Every time my mom and them had somebody come over, I instantly jumped up. I had to put on the show. I didn't know if it was a monologue, a song, anything. I was like the kid. You know how when they be like, "Go
That
ahead,
was
baby, do mama's favorite
dance.
dance." There we go. That was me. She was like, "Get out there, go ahead. It's your time." So I grew up in the church, definitely, was singing in the choir, all that stuff. But I kept saying, I'm ready to take it to a different level. So coming from Virginia, like I said, it's hard, y'all. We had to really, really hustle, like just to be good enough to be noticed. We had to couldn't just be good enough. We had to go above and beyond. So for me, I was like, okay, what is something, an avenue that I could go into that'll get me out of VA and into the right people's eyes? So I took the backdoor approach. I became a celebrity makeup artist. So I worked with some of your favorites from reality TV, Yandy Smith, Tammy Roman, Janelle Monae. I just doing my thing. Yeah, some of the most beautiful
Hey,
women in Hollywood.
we love Janelle Monae at the smoke screen, man. That's
Oh,
one of
she's
our
phenomenal. I did actually all the makeup for her music video, Yoga. Like that one was really
really.
good. Yes, that was one of my first big breaks in Atlanta. When I moved to Atlanta, she was so humble. Like when I tell you, one of the sweetest people you will ever meet. So was Yandy. Yandy was my meal ticket out of Virginia. I'm not gonna lie to you. She groomed me from Virginia to have me traveling with her. This is season 111 hip hop. So without these people that I mentioned, I wouldn't even be sitting here with y'all today because they gave me this taste really quick of what the industry is like. taking care of your business, being great, like always showing up on time. Those are things that really matter in this industry, always about networking and connection. So because of them, they made me rhyme today. So I couldn't be here without them.
Hey, that's dope because they always say it ain't what you know, it's who you know. So no matter
Definitely.
how talented you are, how
Hmm.
focused, purpose driven, you still may need to know somebody or somebody to open the door, leave the door open for you, anything, and just provide you with an opportunity to showcase your
Agreed.
talent.
You always need somebody that's going to advocate for you when you're in a room. So that's why it's my motto in life to always do right by people. And if you notice from interviewing some of my co-stars, we all kind of have that same heart. Like we all are about helping our people because we wouldn't be here without y'all. Like, and we know that. And that's why Secret Society is such the strong family that we are because we all have put each other in positions to win in some capacity. And I think that's like the best feeling ever because what good is it being at the top when you're alone?
Yeah, man, and this may have a biased vibe to it, because I've interviewed a lot of you all, and I also haven't interviewed, a bunch of people from another movie. But what you said, I have to agree that it's just a different. But that's what I'm attracted to. It's a different energy surrounding just the secret society, just brand. This just seems just a different energy around it. Everybody's like teamwork.
Hmm.
You could just see everybody working together, reaching out to work with different people, and it just coming.
We
It's
all
just something different
genuinely like
about
each other. The thing is,
it.
what people don't understand, you know how when you work on some projects, it's a camera type of like, then there's an off camera. We have a real family vibe off camera. Like, it's a lot of stuff that people don't see. Like, me and Erica Pinkett, who plays Tina in the movie, we've been friends for like 13 years. Me and Raina have built
Wow.
the sisterhood. Like, Erica's one of my makeup clients back in the day, season one, Love and Hip Hop. And we just have been rocking ever since. So, a lot of people don't know that when you say our family, it really does run deep because we want each other to win. This is one of those movies where when we show up to set, we're all giving it 100%. We all are supporting each other. If you don't know something, somebody else is there to help you. And that's the thing that made this transition to the big screen even bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I came from a different background. I was a model as well. So coming from that still camera to now motion camera is a whole different ball game. So you need people that's going to kind of give you the tidbits and the secrets and the trades. Like if anybody know you've seen the movie, Rain is the crier of the film. She cried the whole movie. So I'm trying to be like her when I grow up, how she evokes that emotion.
All right, let's delve into that because you know, groups of women, sometimes, man, they don't get along or they getting along today and not tomorrow, man. I meet a group of chicks today and in a couple months see one of them be like, man, what's up with your hoe? Oh, I don't mess with her no more. How and you say y'all got a genuine,
Sisterhood.
friendship,
Hmm.
sisterhood. So how is that? How are y'all able to coincide together and no beef? I mean, everybody don't get
Hmm.
along every day and agree with that. We know that, but how are y'all able to just rock like that with no problem?
So I'm gonna be honest with you, Miyasha. I think that sometimes God has a way of putting people together that He feels need to be together. Like everybody's stories may be different, but it's something about those stories that connect each other. Like it's like the body. You can't survive without a lung. You can't survive without a heart. So it's like Miyasha had a way of putting everybody together when she did the casting that she knew would be a good jail or she knew would fit into each other's story. Me and Erica's background stories are really similar. A hard not life. You know what I'm saying? Raina came from having to work hard in the industry as a child star. So we all kind of connected in that way, as well as Miyasha. She came from Philly. We all kind of had hood beginnings. So to have all these type of women who made it out of their circumstance and didn't become a victim of it, that was amazing. And I think that that's what made Secret Society more successful is because it was more relatable. Like even though the story was unique, the story, like wanting to be accepted, wanting to be loved, that was a general message for anybody. It didn't matter who watched it if you looked at the core of the story.
Right. And so, man, see, it's a barn burner, man. Like I say, it's a lot of
It's
movies that
crazy.
that get talked about, but Secret Society is one of the ones, and it'll keep rolling because somebody new watches it, every other
Hmm.
day, and then it starts
Agreed.
a whole nother conversation. I also
Drop my
noticed.
AirPod. Don't judge me.
Oh, you all good. I also noticed that I seen the promo work and things
Mm-hmm.
y'all have done. It seems like out the country, different
Yes.
interviews. You
They done
all are
London.
together.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
all are together. See, some people look at that and like, dope, let me watch. But see, I be on all sides of this. So when I see that, I'm thinking, man, it's a budget behind this. Like,
Oh, it was a
so
budget, but what's crazy, guys, is it's an independent film. And a lot of people don't understand when we say the word independent, that means fully funded. Miyasha and Rich, if y'all don't know the backstory to them, they're a husband and wife duo from Philly. They literally, Miyasha wrote these books 20 years ago. Like this wasn't something that was done yesterday or woke up with an idea. She wrote this book 20 years ago. She did the research. She actually went into this story and dived deep into it. Her and Rich hustled throughout their whole time together to be able to create this film. And sometimes, when you dream chasing, it doesn't happen overnight. So for them, I admire them because they took a 20-year span to put out greatness, but they worked hard to do it. They funded their own movie. And how many Black people do we know that's gonna put everything else on pause, even maybe, dim down their lifestyle a little bit to be able to fully fund their dream? That's an amazing thing to do.
and that makes sense because when you see the movie and the finished product,
Hmm.
it looks like $1 million. And then when you hear the blood, sweat, equity, and tears that
Yes.
went into it from the background, then you be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
It
You,
makes
you
sense.
know what I'm
And
saying?
and that's why we worked so hard in the movie too, because I think all of us knew a piece of, first of all, we didn't want to disappoint because, again, this was an independent film. It wasn't a major movie. So when you're dealing with independent film, you understand it's a lot riding on it. The success, you want to make sure that as an actress, we're delivering to the standard that they want or what Miyasha envisioned because this was her life. This is real for her. So you know what I'm saying? Like as far as from the standpoint of putting her blood, sweat, and tears into it. So you want to make sure that you're not wasting nobody's time because we don't have the budget behind us, let's say like a Universal or something where we can keep reshooting or Paramount. We have to
Mhm.
get in, know our lines, get it done first go round. Don't get me wrong, it was some bloopers, of course. Every movie has bloopers, but we really, for the most part, got in and got the job done.
All right. Well, tell us how you landed on Secret Society too.
So again, when we talked about earlier about, you got to have people that advocate for you when you're not in the room. Again, me and Erica are really good friends. So she actually reached out to me maybe about, I want to say a few months before Secret Society Part One was coming out, and she
Okay.
just wanted me to critique the movie. She put me on the phone, with Miasha. I was in Vegas actually. Funny story. I was turning up.
Okay. Ballin'.
Vegas has a 3 different time difference from Atlanta. So she called me. I want to say my time it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I probably got in the hotel 5 o'clock in the morning. She called me and she was like, "Hey sis, I have the producer on my back line, Yasha. I want you to talk to her because we think it'd be great for you to, review the movie just to give us your honest feedback because I know you're one of the most honest people I know." So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do it for you. So she connected Miyasha on the call. And Miyasha, we got on the phone, we started talking just about life and all this stuff. And she sent me the movie early before everybody else could. And I reviewed the movie. And as tired as I was, I told them I would do it right then. They told me I could do it at my earliest convenience. But I knew that they needed my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to get to the final. So I thought I can't wait in this Erica. So I jumped at it. I sat there and watched the movie, and from the time that I pushed play on the movie, like so many others, your eyes was glued to the screen. You couldn't turn. So I'm sitting there, especially when it got maybe to 41 minutes through, that's when everything happened. So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm definitely not turning this movie now. I instantly, once the movie was over, hung up the phone and said, Erica, put me back on the phone with Miyasha. She put me back on the phone with her, and I told her, I was like, this is probably one of the best movies I've seen in a while. We're not even talking about just the acting. We're talking about the story. We're talking about the fashion. We're talking about just the overall shooting and the capturing of the movie. It was captivating. It was trend setting. It was elevating. So it made me be like, okay, dang. I still kept saying, I'm like, I should be in this movie. I don't know how, but I need to be in this movie. So I told Miyasha, I was like, okay, this is my review, blah, blah, blah. And I was honest with her. And I was like, look, I don't care what happens. If there's any way I can be a part of this movie, you call me. If y'all get a part two, anything. So long story short, having that good personality, putting it out there what you want. She called me we talked maybe like a week later, and they were saying they were going through the premiere process of doing the premieres and everything for the movie. And when it's a new movie, you got to do a lot more press than a movie that's established already because
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows it. So we got to make them see it. So we did a premiere here in Atlanta. We actually did two. I hosted one of the premieres here in the red carpet. And I think Miyasha was so blown away with my charismatic charm as well as me and Erica's chemistry that when part two came around, she was like, "Hey, I have a part I think you'd be perfect for, but you still got to audition." She was like, "I don't know what you can do, but I'm praying you can act." You know what I'm saying? That's how she was. So I was like, "Okay, I got you. Like, this is my time to shine." I auditioned, and she gave me some notes. Of course, everything's not gonna be perfect on the first go round, but she
Mm-hmm.
kept telling me like, regardless of the fact, this is for you. Like she was like, I don't see nobody else playing this. So then I had to audition again in front of our director Jamal Hill, who's phenomenal, works with a lot of greats. They were happy with my performance. After taking the notes, they wanted to see if I could take direction. And there we go. Next thing I know, I'm playing T. So God is good.
All the time. There it is. T. So
T, life changing.
now you talked about, the direction, and you talked about the fashion. We got
hmm
to we got we got to dig into that because that's a big part of this movie. So
Okay,
when
of
you
course.
were reviewing the first one, what were some of your fashion standouts from the first
Oh my God, it was so many. Like this question right here is so hard because if you've seen the movie, from the time that you push play, you instantly like, I need that. I'm over here literally as I'm watching the movie, I'm taking notes like, okay, where did she get this shirt? Let me start Googling this. So it's this one white shirt that's on the cover that Raina had on. It's a
one?
white shirt that
Mm-hmm.
comes down like in a triangle. If I was to get up real quick, I can show you that same shirt. I found it just because she wore it. Like that was like a phenomenal shirt, like for some
Okay.
reason. But I love the confidence that she had when she wore it because that's the thing. Clothes are just clothes. But the
Right.
person that puts them on takes it to another level with the confidence, the swag. And my girl Erica and Raina, they had all of that. They embodied those characters to the T because you can picture when you watch the movie now Tina being somebody else, played by somebody else. You can picture Celeste playing somebody else. You get what I'm saying? They literally embody these characters. They are the characters. So that
Oh
was
yeah.
probably one of my favorites.
It ain't on you. It's in you.
It's in you. You gotta have it. Let me see another favorite of mine because I mean Erica, that's my girl, and I think she can't do no wrong in my eyes when it comes to clothes. Even when she on some chill stuff, I see this girl on the regular. She's gorgeous, y'all. So she had on a wedding dress. And for me, I think I teared up on that one because we're friends in real life. So it made me really feel like that was her moment, like that was her day, even though it wasn't her. And I'm sitting here like she looks so beautiful in a wedding dress. So I'm sitting over here like my mind, like, friend, I'm about to start finding you a husband so we can get you in a wedding dress. So yeah, she looked amazing in that.
I like the blue face hunnets
Oh,
outfit. The
definitely, definitely. I just think like with that outfit though, like I hate to say this, because Raina wore the hell out of it. But I'm like, sis, did you have to wear that to a wedding and kill the wedding?
yeah, it
Like
it was
I'm like,
extra
girl, you
now.
should have worn something plain. It was extra, but it was true Celeste fashion. Because I couldn't picture Celeste wearing something else to Tina's wedding. Because even when I saw it, I'm like, if they have a short to my wedding, I'm putting security, making her kick her out. She cannot look better than me in my wedding.
Oh man. Yeah, that was dope, man. I like that little soup.
It was
Now
crazy.
let's roll into part two. What
Oh,
now part two. Part
they
two
took it
is
up a notch.
where it turned up. Also, I think this was Mrs. Coleman brought Shaq aboard.
hmm
Shout out to Shaq Palmer, my
But
partner.
Shaq was on part one too. People don't know
He
that.
was
Yeah,
okay.
he was on part one, but the elevation just changed because you got to understand. Again, once you become a world phenomenon like Secret Society Part One did, it took off and took wings of its own. Now Miyasha was struggling with the task of how do we up the game because we had become a staple for fashion that we
How do
couldn't
we top
disappoint.
this?
How do we top it? So she started doing things that was out of the norm than what you would see. Stuff I would see as a model in New York Fashion Week. That's what we put into this film. So first of all, we gotta give congrats to Shaq Palmer. Like when I tell you Shaq, phenomenal stylist, great eye. But we can't do that without mentioning Miyasha because people don't know a lot of this stuff came out of Miyasha's closet. Like Miyasha is a fashion girl. She's a Philly girl. So when I tell you understanding the assignment is an understatement, Miyasha was pulling looks out of her closet. And it just so happened that, some of us could fit her stuff. It just so happened. But, I'm going to say the styling was just absolutely phenomenal. But it takes a visionary, a creative to be able to put this type of stuff together. I would say that because it's more, like we said, it's more than just what you wear, it's how you carry it. And that's what it was.
Now the smoke screen crew, our standouts. We liked the sequins like Letterman jacket Celeste's
Mm-hmm.
husband had.
Yep.
Tip, our bartender, she loved those frames.
Yes.
I like the ski mask look.
Yeah, could
But
you just give me Florida? You give me Florida.
I
Like
mean,
you,
yeah,
you want the whole robbery thing.
I'm a Florida boy.
Definitely. I mean, the girls look good in it, but I gotta go. I'm gonna tell you, I don't think there was nothing more beautiful than Erica's or Tina's opening scene when she came as the guardian angel with the headpiece.
That's what I
Like
was gonna
that.
end it with. That was the
No, you can't even end there because you got to start it there. Because that is the reason why I think because people love part one, but when they saw part two and just that opening, that let them know that we're
with the
not to be
thing
played
over her
with.
face, right?
Yes, that let us know we are not to be played with when it comes to this fashion. And Erica really, really did that. But then, even if we go a little forward, because Cece and them stepped it up. Cece and Raina Celeste, when they went to that auction, with the money bill dress, the money clip dress,
The money clip.
and then she had the tiger on her shoulder. It made me say, Kylie Jenner, who? Like these girls literally, they took over what fashion is. Like they dominated, they created it. It was just so innovative. And that part for me, like, is amazing about the movie.
Man, so I mean, how do you step it up? What what's gonna happen in part three? They're gonna have to literally have a living animal on them that's still
It's
living and
giving, they
breathing.
about to have be wearing a private jet. Like it's crazy, but you know what? Because of the visionary Miyasha is, and I know how much blood, sweat, and tears she puts into these projects, I don't doubt that she's about to blow it away even more. I'm just praying that, when T returns, y'all get to see her in a different light. I'm praying because I can't be the gangster all the time.
Yeah, I can see I write too, man. So I'm thinking about how this gonna go. So I could definitely see, oh no, you're gonna have to be the gangster. You're gonna have to
I
be
mean,
some muscle.
yeah, but
You
yeah,
gotta
but
be
why
the
can't I
muscle.
be? I need to be a cute gangster. Like, I need
That's
to because the
fine.
thing is, because I think that with this go around, we gotta, change the standard. I think T needs to be different than what she was introduced as, because that's gonna be what T is the wild card factor. She was the element of surprise. So I think that as a writer, anybody, and I know Miyashi got this in the bag. I don't know what she's doing, but I know it's gonna be great. But I think if T comes around this go around, she's gonna have to show that dynamic, like, cause she can't be one dimensional.
Yeah, but T got a body,
T, T,
already on the
T got
belt. So
T,
so we
T
got
got
so
bodies
when
all
we
across the board.
yeah, so when we putting this together, we gotta have this gangster with us just in case stuff go left.
But see, the thing about that, to add to that, T got a body, but she also got a body too. So they gonna have to, we need to capture all elements of T because sometimes, the killer is very sassy. She's very sexy, and that's what lures them in. You gotta have that, that sex appeal. Cause men fall weak for any sexy face. You know better.
Okay, now speaking of men falling weak, there are a lot of prominent male actors in the
Hmm.
movie, in both movies, but and a lot of fan favorites with the women out there. Tell me what it
Definitely.
was like interacting with them on set and working with them and the professionalism and etc.
Of course. So, the very first person who I spent, as you can see on camera, I spent a lot of time with was Jeremy Meeks, aka Prison Bay.
Shout
So
out to
Jeremy
Jeremy.
he's phenomenal. He's very like talented in his craft. He did his work because the thing is, everybody knows everybody have a story, but Jeremy used his background to just fuel his fire and to catapult him into this greatness. And so working with him, he kind of pulls the greatness out of you. Because there's many times when we were on set, like I'm not gonna lie, I was the newbie this go around. So I was a little nervous working next to Jeremy because when you see him, you get instant intimidation because Jeremy gives you a little, Jeremy gives you rough looks. Like, so I'm like, Lord, I'm supposed to be like the killer, but you looking like you about to kill me.
But he light skinned.
Yeah, but so what? Look at what's his name, Michael Ealy. He always play the killer.
Yeah.
He got crazy eyes and probably the most sweetest guy ever. That's the same way as Jeremy. He's like a big teddy bear on set, but Jeremy is so divulged into his craft that he's going to pull that greatness out of you. Like instantly, he told me, like, look, don't be afraid to touch me. Go in for it. We gotta, do it. And so that kind of gave me that extra little boost. Like, okay, he's seen me, he's okay here.
Straight up. Don't tease you with a good time.
That part. When I touched him, I was like, oh, hold on. But I'm gonna tell you also, so Trey Chaney, who played O in the first movie, I didn't get to work with him because I wasn't in the first one, but I got to meet him at the premiere. When I tell you, amazing. I remember him from the Wire days. So I grew up on Trey Chaney. Trey was spooky, honey. I grew up on the Wire. So, and that's a, up north thing. So when I tell you, meeting Trey and his wife, they were absolutely amazing. Calvin, who played Jamal, I take it back. He played, what's his name's brother in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He played his brother in the movie. Yes, the ball player. He's another one that's really great and so different than their character because he's another one that's intimidating on screen, but when you're off camera, like the most funniest, loving guy is like great. Vincent DePaul, who played Tina's husband, he was really good. Like hanging out with them after we filmed part 2, it's like, dang, you really are Derek. Like he was amazing, and that's what I'm saying. We were so blessed.
I interviewed Vincent, man. That he was just like a professional class act. Like I ain't never, like, first of all, to be able to talk to him was dope. Like he was like, yeah, I'll do it. And we talked, and like you can see the interview and just the way he answered the questions, always brought things back to the movie, always slid in Miyasha. Like it was just like professionalism, media training 101. Like it was great talking to him, man.
He's an amazing person. Like I said, and with this movie, it's crazy because you can't just pinpoint one person because it's like everybody brings something to make this movie great. And every person is needed, is a vital role. Black China, amazing. A person that we got to shout out that y'all didn't even, a lot of people didn't know it was her. Cree, I love Cree. That's Uncle Luke's daughter. Like she's no fan, like she's no newbie to the camera. Like Cree is phenomenal. She's beautiful. Like when I tell you, just people like that, Bobby Lights brought a whole different energy to the film. We even had a cameo from Trina. Come on now. Yeah. What independent film is getting Trina, the baddest in it? Like Miyasha and them really stepped it up for part 2.
Hey, I ain't gonna front. Black China did a great job. As as far as from what people, or I can speak for myself, from like where I first was introduced to her like on social media, what she was doing through her relationship and all the blogs or whatever and all this yada yada yada. And then to see her in this film, she did a good acting job in this film.
Life is about growth. And I'm gonna tell you, sometimes we get so overshadowed by social media and what's presented on social media that we lose sight of the person behind all of that. And China was a living example of that. Like, she comes from where I'm from. She's from, I believe, DC. So it's like when you come from that area, we have so much talent, but it's hidden and overshadowed by other things because we're big personalities. And I think with China, it was amazing for the world to see her in a different light. But speaking of China, I mean, we had to give it up for one person who people don't know was a host of the stage play back in like 2007, I believe. I think I was graduating high school of Secret Society. Vivica Fox. She's been around the Secret Society family for a long time. And when I tell you, she's like such a class act, y'all. Like she's phenomenal. She gives trades to the industry. She gives secrets. She tells you, like Raina tell you, she told her how to cry. Like to learn from being next to somebody like Vivica, who is who embodied what Black excellence is. to be able to be in the same film for any actor starting up, that's like the holy staple. You get what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yeah,
I just am so
y'all was gonna
grateful.
jump on me when y'all thought I was talking about Vivica during
Oh,
Rain
we don't
Hunter.
play. Oh, you know we don't play because Vivica, like she said, that's her mama. That is Celeste's mama, and we don't play. And when I tell you, just the presence that Vivica has, like if you strip down the stardom and get to the humility and the class, that's a whole different element. And that's the thing. When you work with so many people in the industry, it's hard to find genuine people that are still humble and remember where they came from and don't mind reaching back to pull you up. Vivica is one of those people. She's going to do whatever it takes to make the film great, bump the money. She's like, look, this is what we need to do. And I love that about her because she pushes greatness out of everybody.
One time for Vivica Fox. Now
Yes.
before I let you go, let's do this. Okay, you're about to co-star in two movies. You're going to be opposite a man in one, opposite a woman in the other. Give me who you want to work with in those two movies. Give me the man and give me the woman.
Um, who is tough? Because I'm a movie girl, so I sit here watch my Netflix and
Mm-hmm.
chill faithfully.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always a fan of the underdog, I would love to co-star against Trevante Rhodes. Like I would love
Okay.
him to play my husband or something like that because I think
Okay.
he's a great actor. Beyond the way he looks, there's so many great looking people in Hollywood. When you see beyond, when you say Trevante Rhodes' eyes in a film, it's something about the depth in his eyes that you can see that he really feels what he's saying. And that to me, I would love to work next to that because I feel like he would pull a different talent out of me that I'm not used to having.
Oh,
And
you've been looking into my eyes, huh?
I mean, baby, you can't be in the game if you don't know the players. And again, I root for the underdog. So then if we had to go to female, now this one is hard because there's so many greats. But and as much as I love my black people, I love us to death because Gabby would probably be one of my tops, Gabrielle Union. But because I'm on a path to want to be great, I feel like you gotta tackle somebody who's different. And for me, I probably would choose Meryl Streep. Because the
What you know? You
dynamic,
don't know nothing about Meryl Streep.
baby, Death Becomes Her is one of my favorite movies. That and then the way that she gave what she gave on The Devil Wears Prada, there is no other that could win Miranda Priestley. And that's what I'm saying. It's the element of the dynamic Meryl gives and how she divulges herself. But on the opposite side, for the black culture, our Meryl Streep would be Angela Bassett. If we're going to be honest, Angela Bassett gives 110 to 20 to 50% every time. And you see the growth of her characters because to think that What's Love Got to Do With It came out like 1998. Even Boys in the Hood. Look at how that transition was. It's so many greats, but Angela, the way she captivates the screen in the first 2 seconds, it don't take 30. It's a whole difference. She has a presence, an aura. And it's like if I was to start next to somebody, her or Meryl Streep, because I feel like they're gonna make me have to challenge myself in a way that I can have that type of presence.
Okay, okay. I like that answer. Let me throw one more at you. Let me just
Go ahead. I'm
jog
here
your
for
brain.
it. I'm from
Okay,
DC. Don't play.
okay. You can remake a movie, any
Hmm.
movie. What you remaking? You're starring in it. What
I'm
you
starting
remaking?
it and I can remake it. So again, I mean it's multiple. Let me take that back. It's multiple. But see, also because I'm for our people, I would
Mm-hmm.
remake The Devil Wears Prada with a black girl.
Okay.
Because so much to me when I see The Devil Wears Prada and it's one of my favorite movies, it was a stereotypical Caucasian girl, white girl working in the fashion industry. It's so many great blacks that's behind the fashion industry that people don't know. We had the late great Andre Leon Talley, editor at large at Vogue, because I'm a fashion girl. We have Naomi Campbell. We have so many great ones that have paved the way in the fashion industry that is like if we remade it as a black story being told, it could be just as equally phenomenal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so many of us that have built our way through that. But then if I had to remake a movie as well, gosh, because I have so many greats. I would love to remake probably Bridesmaids from a comical standpoint with
Here we
black
go.
people. Because
Well,
Bridesmaids, they did
who
phenomenal.
you gonna do
Okay,
it with? Who you casting?
Okay, so if I could star in it, first of all,
And you can't use no secret society members just to make it
okay,
interesting.
oh, that's not fair. That's not fair because I would definitely star Erica and Raina any day
I know, of
in
course,
any
but just to
capacity.
make it interesting.
Okay. So if I could do Bridesmaids funny like that all over again and I was in it, first of all, I would probably not take the obvious because most of us black people always want to go for the leading star. So they probably would have chose Annie, which was played by Kristen Wiig. I
Mm-hmm.
actually would be what was her name? Lily. Well, not Lily. What was her name? Lillian, who was played by Maya Rudolph. I would
Okay.
be her because her dynamic is funny. But also, let me see, who would I star? Funny, funny, funny. Regina Hall, because
Oh, I love
y'all seen
Regina
her in
Hall.
Scary Movie.
I
Scary,
love
there would be
Regina
no
Hall.
other Brenda. So I would need Regina Hall. She has to be, and honestly, I probably would cast her as Annie to play Kristen Wiig because she is drop dead hilarious and gorgeous. Yes, I would cast Taraji because Taraji gives a comedic element that I think would be great on a dynamic. Um, let's see, keep going. Because it's the women empowerment film, pretty much. Um, who else do I think is funny? I would bring Janelle Monáe because Janelle Monáe would bring a certain element to it of a seriousness that I think that one of the characters would need. So I would actually replace Melissa McCarthy with Janelle Monáe as the police officer person because she gives me that. And we're missing one more person. Oh God, to play Rose. What was her name? Rose. Not McGowan. What is the other one? Rose Byrne. Rose Byrne played Helen. So I would need for Rose. Oh gosh, could we need a villain? I probably have to go Gabrielle Union because she gives me Connie Spaulding at all times from Two Could Play That Game. And so I probably would make her
We
Rose.
got you, Regina Hall, Taraji P. Henson, Janelle
Gabrielle
Monáe,
Union.
and
Mm-hmm.
Gabrielle Union in the remake of Bridesmaids,
Bridesmaids, definitely.
directed by.
Directed by I don't know because I love me some Jamal.
We
I'm
could
gonna
do
have to
it.
bring Jamal.
We just finna put this out there.
We're gonna put that out there. I'm gonna have
Put
Jamal
this out
because the way Jamal's eye is when it comes to capturing, like it's phenomenal. Jamal sees things that people probably would miss. Like when it comes to a camera and a cinematography, even with Secret Society, is the little beats and little moments that Jamal picked that some cameras would have probably glazed over, like, oh, that's insignificant. But he made little moments that made it actually magical.
Yeah, and then I'ma play the stripper for the bachelorette party that
Oh,
y'all are
really?
mad at. That y'all are mad at. Like, who brought the fat guy? Like, that's not.
No, we wouldn't. We would not. We're gonna be like, oh wow. Remember? Hold on, because if you ever saw the movie, the one with Sandra Bullock, what is it? The Proposal.
Yeah.
When they had that weird guy as the stripper, that just tells you anybody can be a stripper. Anybody's gonna find fun. You just gotta have that personality. Because the fat guy probably be more fun than the skinny guy who's relying
Hey,
on pretty.
hey, man, make it rain.
Hey, we might make it drizzle, baby. There's a lot of body. We might make it drizzle.
Hey, before we get out of here, please let everybody know. No, before we get to the social, is it what's next? Anything coming out that
Of
people need to be
course.
looking for?
Of course. So as you know, we're about to get ready to start filming Secret Society Part 3. Because of you guys and the love and support y'all showed us, we were able to get a Part 3 greenlit. So we're getting ready to start filming that in April, I believe, if that's the case. So look forward to that by the end of the year. Also, I'm the face of a major skincare line called Bare Skin USA. Gotta plug them. So my face is on billboards. We have products, cleansers, toners, men, women, everything. Check us out on Instagram at Bearskin USA on Instagram. And then you guys can follow me at Tarie Forever. That's spelled Tarie, the letter J, number 4, EVA. Make sure you guys check us out.
And there it is. You heard it. Another smoke screen exclusive, man. This is what we do. We talk to the people that y'all love from the movies that y'all love. I would like to thank you once again for taking time out your ever so busy schedule to swing on by the smoke screen.
Baby, it's nowhere else I could be on that. What is this? Saturday? It's nowhere else. I mean, I could always be in a club, but it ain't the same as the smoke screen. It's the
I'm
love for
trying to
me.
see, and there's nothing else to say. It's another episode of the Smoke Screen, and we are out.